Filsker buys Tinker's tools.
Okay, you do that. So it's the day after your long rest. It's early in the morning, and you're probably thinking to yourselves what you're going to do today. When James, uh, Sloane's son, one of the young boys of Clink, comes running into town, shouting that there's a huge group approaching from the north. They got uh, big banners and knights and uh, uh, men with spears.
Rally the children, all gather weapons.
No, I think they're expected.
Yes, we should go and greet them. I imagine that we won't be the only ones. Father Nicholas will certainly be meeting us there, as I imagine will many of the other towns.
Many people from town, um, including of course Father Nicholas, but not limited to him, uh, come out to with you as you head north of the village to meet this procession. You see um, uh, a large group of people approaching. There is a banner which depicts which is a white banner depicting a pair of lips.
Ooh.
Lucas, give me a history check. There you go. You immediately recognize this heraldry as belonging to Saint Amelia the Truthsayer.
Okay.
Saint Amelia, you know, was before she was sainted, a member of an adventuring party of 4 heroes, who, at the borders of the Empire, far to the west of here, defeated a Gnoll cult that was trying to summon the demon lord Yunugu into the world. She, along with her 3 companions, destroyed the cult and became heroes of the Empire. You have Saint Amelia is based out of is now based out of the temple in Nilfenberg. You may have seen her from a distance in parades or at high holidays, performing rituals or sacraments or whatever. But you are unlikely to have ever spoken to her directly.
Fair enough.
Oh wait, so just like to clarify, I kind of missed it. She's a living saint.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Yes. So you see, there are in this procession you see 3 knights on horseback, 20 men at arms, some assorted camp followers and handmaidens, and stepping out to meet you is Saint Amelia herself, flanked by 2 other clerics of Primus. Saint Amelia is a beautiful blonde-haired human woman Her hair is very long. It flows down to thigh length. As you are close, as she approaches, you see she's wearing a pendant that has a closed eye around her neck. She's wearing a golden circlet, and she's carrying a staff which is topped with shiny brass clockwork, which is constantly moving in some strange manner. And she's dressed in flowing white silk, which seems to not get muddy despite the dirty ground that she is walking across. And she steps forward and she says, which of you is Lucas Dietrichstein?
Lucas will take a step forward. That would be me. Lucas Dietrichstein of the Nilfenberg Cartographical Society.
I have read your letter. I am here to ask some questions.
Very well.
Tell me again everything you know about this corpse pile.
We've recorded a few sightings, but we don't know much. The locals seem to indicate it arrived about the time that Jasmine found the ruin that she mistook as associated with her faith. So far, we haven't been able to learn much more than that. We were planning another expedition soon.
Do you know where it has originated from?
We know that they bear Nilfenbergian heraldry, but I don't know where in the swamp they were risen from.
It is my belief that this pile is being animated by some force within the swamp.
It seems likely.
I believe that if this source can be found and destroyed, then the pile will disperse and cease to be such a grave threat.
Very well. Do you have any idea what we'd be looking for?
I do not believe this to be the work of a mortal necromancer. I cannot imagine a mere wizard could create such a thing. You are looking for something beyond that. Some sort of demigod or incredibly powerful spirit. I would
The locals seem to worship a being they call Grandfather Rot.
Unrelated.
They don't believe he's the source of this, but it's the only local power I've heard of, other than whatever it was that Jasmine found.
Her corpse.
We have seen signs of an ancient battlefield littered with the dead, controlled by ghosts.
Saint Amelia walks past you and goes over to Filsticker. What is your name?
Shit, I didn't come up with an alias.
Remember, Glenn.
Philsticker, I am Phil.
You seem to know things. Might you enlighten us?
Now, out of character, I'm afraid that Lucas was intentionally not talking about the Urk. Well, now there's another thing in the swamp. It's uh, uh, buried beneath it. It's been dead for a very long time. Forever.
Forever?
Yeah. The first thing that died, they say, our corpse.
Hmm. I'm afraid I'm not familiar with any lore of an corpse, but it sounds like something that could be connected. Do you know where it is?
Yes, here, let me show you on our map.
Hmm.
Be forewarned, it's heavily guarded.
Hmm.
Very.
There seems to be a platoon of undead on stilts. They attack any ships they see in the area.
Mhm.
Saint Amelia points to the western side of the map. Now, what is this green thing here?
Yes. What is this
Oh
green?
shit! I should have claimed it was the Katobla Pass.
As you can see, it is marked Katobla Pass.
Oh,
Katobla
vile.
Pass
We know
raised to the corpse pile. The Katobla Pass wants to destroy Nilfenberg too.
I'm not certain about visiting this corpse. The guard is quite heavy, and for now, it may be keeping other forces away from it. If you'd like to go, of course, we still can, but there may be another route to consider, which is that we've heard stories of an oracle some ways to the south of here in the swamp. They may be able to shed some more light on this.
There's only one diviner that I trust. My companion Gerhard. You have told me much here, Lucas Filstiker. I thank you. We will be heading to the tower of my companion, and I will get his divinations on this, and ask him if anyone knows of lore regarding this corpse. I believe it would be him. I will go and learn what I can of the origins of these things from him.
Would you be willing to delay for another day?
I suppose if there is need.
Well, we've a number of problems. As you can see, the city has a good number of refugees, many of whom require clerical attention. And we located a book. I would like to copy out some relevant sections for you to take on your way, in case it should assist in your research.
Very well. Yes, please. She gestures to her the two clerics that are with her, and she says, "Please lead us to the sick and wounded. We will do all that we can to aid their suffering."
Thank you. This will, of course, do so.
Yes.
He'll warn them on the way. They are somewhat unsettling in appearance, but they have been kind in behavior.
She does not seem to think that will be a concern, and she proceeds to help heal the wounds and cure the diseases of of many of the sick.
Can you remove curses?
Maybe. Let the GM look at my prepared spell list. Wait, this is the wrong book. I need that book. What would be the spell for breaking a curse?
It's not
Remove
literally
curse.
remove course.
Alright, let's remove curse.
I
What
feel
level
like
is
minor
remove?
miracle, right?
What level is remove
Just like-
curse?
Third.
Third. Oh well, she definitely can do it.
In the morning,
But
perhaps.
will.
Yes.
Would you see to one of our party? He's picked up a curse that doesn't allow him to drink any water that wasn't from this swamp. It's been poor for his health.
Oh yes. I'm afraid I did not pray for that miracle today, but I can certainly heal him tomorrow. Before we leave.
Thank you. The relevant notes should be available by then. Just to remind me, the book that we recovered from Jasmine that didn't have the stuff we think turned Phil Sticker crazy, that was the one about locations in the swamp, right?
I think so.
Yeah, there's one about creatures that we did get rid of, I believe, but the locations one I think we kept around.
And then there was a third book we never got to get a look at,
Well, Phil Sticker got to look at it.
but he didn't share.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll just the relevant section from around the Air Corpse will be copied out for her, and the Oracle in case she gets back before we're back from it.
I'm sorry, I don't know what I know.
Well, it's a very good defense in this one.
Yeah. Needless to say, from the amount of healing that Saint Amelia is able to lay out, it's very clear that she is a much higher level spellcaster than you are.
That's fine.
Phil
She's a legendary hero. I'm a cartographer. That makes
Yes.
sense to Lucas.
Yes.
thinks she's better than you. She said she'd cure Bort tomorrow.
Mhm.
Because her god isn't powerful enough to cure you today.
She didn't ask for the ability to break curses today.
Weak.
And what's your god do for you? Lets you shoot eldritch blasts? That's all? That's kind of boring.
He gave me Splicter. Speaking
You
of-
forget I'm here half the time. And you don't even know
Shut
my
up.
own name.
If you what
Huh?
now? That sounds like something that should be treated.
Hmm?
Oh, I was joking about Splicter sounding like a disease.
Oh.
I got the Splicters real bad, guys. I can't walk without diarrhea spraying out of holes in my legs.
Oh god. That sounds swampy though.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's very swampy. Speaking of Splicter, though, Filster, like, I don't know, runs behind, like, some bushes or something,
Mm-hmm.
like, out of earshot, and
Sure.
pulls Splicter out of his pocket.
Yeah, what do you want,
He's
boss?
like, am I I don't know. Am I doing the right thing? I don't know if I should lead them to the Ur Corpse or not. Come on, tell me something.
Well, you know,
What do you know? Come on.
I don't know much more than you know, boss. But you know, I mean, like, we don't want like the corpse pile fucking up the swamp, right?
Yeah. Obviously, I mean, like, I'm gonna claim that Grandfather Rot is like the one that's protecting the world from it or something. I don't know if that's right, but you know,
Well,
sounds
like,
right.
aren't
like
you
he's the
supposed to be
swamp.
like making those like symbols? Like you were supposed to like do the thing with the crocodile blood.
Yeah, but I haven't run into a crocodile.
That
I
is
had
not
some blood.
true. There have been.
I had some
crocodiles.
blood, but I had to give it to some scumboggles. Now all I've got is this old blood, and I don't know if it's any good. Plus, there's a bunch of fucking Niffelbergs here, and they'll drag me off and kill me like they killed Jasmine.
Yeah, I mean, what if you just tell them it's a protective sigil?
No, Lucas will be like, no, we gotta burn the dock down. I don't know what to do. There's too many clerics.
Well, at least they're not paladins.
Oh, God.
There is one of those around, technically.
he died, remember? Jasmine,
Yeah,
Lightning
Silas.
Bolt, dead.
Yeah.
Ixa doesn't count as a paladin.
Uh, who?
It's fine. She's a paladin of I have no idea what or who. She might
Yeah,
be okay.
She's one of those newfangled paladins who just has an abstract ideology instead of God. So
Those are okay.
Yeah.
Those are okay unless they get too planescapey on me and they're like, "You're not lawful enough," and then that's a problem. All right, fine. I'll do the thing on the dock. Okay. I'll have to use the old.
I mean, don't get
I'll do it
like
on the.
smited, but you know.
No, I'll do it on the bottom so that they don't see it.
Okay, I guess that'll
If they
work.
don't see it, they won't burn the dock. Because if they see it, they'll just burn the dock and they'll be pointless, right?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I had a hard enough time stopping Lucas from like destroying the one at the house. I hope the weather hasn't gotten. God.
You closed the door, right?
I don't remember. This is a really ramshackle, shitty plan. Okay, we need to like do them in rocks or something.
Yeah.
Get some ritually significant rocks. Whatever, I'll do it
Rocks
tonight.
are very swampy, though. You know, you gotta stay on theme.
Fuck. Everything rots in this. Okay,
That is
Whatever.
kind of the problem.
I'll go get the other shit for it tonight or later. They'll do it tonight. It's fine. I'll get it done. And then I will confidently claim that the grandfather Rod is keeping it imprisoned and he's very good, and then they won't go look at him or anything.
Sounds like a plan.
Filster comes back from out behind the bush with Silas, I guess.
Silas is only there in spirit.
Well, he's a dangerous spirit wizard, so that's not reassuring.
Hey, he's a
I'm gonna start
dangerous spirit
multi-classing.
warrior.
Yeah, I'm gonna start multi-classing any day now.
That's what D&D is for.
Anyway, though.
Yes. So, the clerics do a lot of healing, and they try to tend to the traumatized children emotionally to whatever extent they can.
If they have any physical wounds, Silas will try to help with like herbal remedies.
Those aren't real.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like diluted 60 times, but it works because the essence of the things he found in the swamp are still there.
Well, it doesn't count if you used a magic on it. They show the children a gear, and the children begin crying. They kill that child and move on.
Well, in any case, he does actually try to help.
Yeah, there are lots of them have
Like miscellaneous wounds, I guess, from traveling in the swamp and
miscellaneous wounds. Cuts, and scrapes,
it makes sense.
By that evening, the men-at-arms that make up Saint Amelia's private army retinue, yes, have made a little fortified camp north of Clink. And she and all of her people are staying there. And It's evening in Clink now.
Time for Phil Sticker secret mission.
Maybe, yeah. So Phil Sticker, the sun has set. It is the warlock hour.
Oh boy. Yeah. Philsticker's gotten the other shit he needs besides the crocodile slime.
Mm-hmm. Yes. What are you going
Mixes
to
it
do?
all up. Alright.
Where does he go to mix it up?
He probably goes like, oh, is there an outhouse? You can do it in
Yes.
the outhouse. No one will question that. Yep. He goes in the outhouse with his I don't know, ceramic pot or whatever he's got, mixing it up with a brush that he's like made out of a chunk of his own hair that he's cut off.
Mm-hmm. Keep in mind you only have one arm.
Oh yeah, I forget that sometimes. He puts it in the floor where you're supposed to stand so that you don't say that I spill it down the hole. And he holds it upright with his feet.
Mm-hmm. Your familiar pops out of your pocket, transforms into his demonic form, and holds the bowl for you.
Thank you. I'm so disabled.
Maybe if you ask Grandfather Rot, he'd give you a new arm.
I have to do this for myself. I have to get a really cool one.
I mean, he'd probably. Well, I mean, I don't know.
Your arms are pretty cool, but they're so small. Can you give me an arm like yours, but bigger?
I mean, you know how Grandfather is. You can't like ask for a specific thing. It'd probably be like woody or mushroomy or I don't know.
Right,
might
that's
be
not
like
cool.
slime.
That's not scary.
Huh.
Yeah. If I can't find a good arm in the next few days, oh wait, that's right. I have to. Fuck. I have to get it back to Mama's healing house. Everything's too difficult. Except for the things that aren't exactly what I want. The swamp
That's
arm
life.
would be better than the mechanical arm, certainly.
Yeah. I mean, you want to try and maintain a mechanical arm in the swamp. That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. I'll think about it.
Mix up your shit.
Alright, it's
Not
mixed.
actual
Get out of here.
shit. I know we're in the outhouse.
Yeah, no, there's no shit in the mixture. I don't remember that from the dream.
Okay.
Alright.
We got it. Let's go.
Oh yeah. The two little people scamper off from the outhouse.
So I actually wanted to find Philsticker at some point before the morning. So I'll probably catch him somewhere between this and his plan to paint crocodile blood on whatever object he settled on.
So
Philsticker.
Toad.
Shit, my pot! Philsticker tries to catch the pot.
He didn't drop it. Here, it's now balanced on the back of a toad.
Oh, okay, great.
Okay. So,
Lucas.
While we have a saint visiting the city, you might consider whether your deity would allow you a degree of polytheism. Only I have heard say that it may be possible that the saint could restore your arm.
Oh, no, oh, you think? Well, you know, I've already got that taken care of. But, thank you very much.
All right, I just thought you should know that there was this opportunity. Best of luck
it's
with your
in the works.
Stu, I'll see you later.
Yes. Midnight snack. Have a good night. Don't get lost on the way home. It's awfully dark out here for you.
Well, I have a light spell.
Oh.
Then Lucas will leave him back to his devices.
Hey, maybe you
I do
should
wanna-
just take him up on it. It's easy. You got like your goblin arm back.
I've always had that arm.
Yeah, and now you can continue arming it.
Yeah, give me a crazy angel arm or something.
Well,
Angel, they continue on their way. Angels are scary, right?
yeah, they're made of like flaming wheels with like 67 eyes and like 6 sets of wings. Terrifying.
Yeah, I want that.
I mean, demons
Wait,
are just
wait.
like little men with horns and things. That's not scary. Like angel, that's
Oh, you got fins and claws. That's cool.
yeah.
Oh wait, but no, because Primus is a gear guy. That'd just be another fucking robot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, continue on their way to the dock.
Like make you an arm out of Modrons or something.
Exactly. They have a cube-shaped arm.
Modrons are so great.
hmm
I just had to put in. I love the idea of them.
They're great.
Mm-hmm. I had this. I think I sent those to you, Con. It's like this is what
Mhm.
Lucas actually believes.
Yeah, Saul had to tell me about them, and I'm glad to have been exposed to that idea.
hmm Um,
Oh, anyway,
yes.
we
So-
go
so you
down
get to the
one of the
docks.
numerous. Yes,
There's
and
Jason's here. He's collapsed drunk on one of the docks. He's likely to be eaten by a crocodile.
oh no, I have to save Jason.
It's fine.
Yes. No, I have to save Jason. I'm a good person.
All right.
Filster's trying to nudge Jason awake. When it doesn't work, he and Splicter have to like team up to carry Jason off.
You dump him somewhere farther into town.
Yeah, like I don't know, in front of some other random human's house.
That sounds good.
Seems like a good place.
When you return, you're on the dock. You're
They'll
alone.
find his skeleton in the morning. Okay, return to the dock. Filster is going to go in the water underneath the dock.
It's awfully brave of you.
His picture. Oh, right. Let's see. Does painting disrupt invisibility? Just attacks or casts a spell.
I guess not then. Would not be an attack. And it's not casting a spell.
Yeah, okay. Alright. Yep. So, let's see. Do self spells also affect familiars?
I think they can. I don't think that they do by default. I think you can also cast them on your familiar.
Yeah, whatever. I got plenty of spell slots. I got 2. Just a second. I've almost found Find Familiar. There it is.
Interesting. It says like you can cast them through your familiar, but it doesn't
Yeah.
say they're also affected. So I don't know.
Yeah, so Filster casts invisibility on Splicter, and then he casts invisibility on himself, and then they go to work.
You can only concentrate on one spell at a time. You might need to keep him in his extra dimensional pocket, or in your pocket. Just have that work somehow.
Oh, thank you for reminding me that that's how that works. No, I only have one arm. That's why I need him here. Splicter, how about you paint it? You've got 2 arms.
All right. Do I know what it looks like?
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think I do. You're like, you had the dream. You gotta paint it. Look, I'll just like turn into a toad so I can swim around, and I'll just like keep the you put it in a wooden bowl, right? It floats. I'll keep it from floating away.
Well, I said ceramic pot, actually.
Oh, I thought you said wooden bowl. I don't know how I got the wooden bowl out of ceramic pot.
We go back into town, we steal a wooden bowl, and then we come back here.
Mission accomplished.
Okay.
Our greatest
Sun's
crime
gonna come
yet.
up soon. Sun's gonna come up soon. We spent too much time doing other shit.
Yeah, you've done like 4 things by adventure game rules, I think. Basically,
Spent
it's
like
morning.
4 hours talking to Lucas. Okay.
Quick, paint the
All
thing
right.
already.
I'm doing it. I turn invisible. I go under there next to my floating bowl, and I paint the thing, the circle with a dick in it, on the bottom of the docks. And the word magic, and it's okay.
And as you finish the last details of the symbol,
Gotta make all these curly cues on the bottom part.
yes, as you finish the glyph, there's a little glow from it as the magic activates, and your invisibility turns off because you cast a ritual spell. And you're visible in the water again, but then the glow fades and the symbol remains, and you are aware that it should be resistant but not immune to tampering. And
Great, good to know. Filsker runs out of the water, probably knocking his bowl over. But it's okay, he didn't plan to give it back. Splash,
the
splash,
bowl
splash.
tips over and like
Splash.
fills with water, and then becomes equally buoyant and half sinks.
Sure.
Yeah. It'll wash up later.
And then they'll have to call in the Justicars to figure out who put this.
Yes. Why is this bowl covered in blood and other pastes?
Gather everyone in Clink.
Anyway, yes. So you you return to the
Yes.
to the general store where you all sleep.
Yep. Filsker gets back towards the general store. Somehow tries to dry himself off. I don't know, magic spells or something.
He doesn't have those spells.
Oh, what are you using, Lucas?
Prestidigitation.
Yep.
Of course
I
I
mean,
have.
if you
that.
ask Lucas to dry you off, though, he will cast the spell.
No, he just uses prestidigitation, having not realized that was within its scope of power.
Okay.
All right then. Then you prestidigitate yourself dry, and you go in and you lie down in the bed. And in order to continue the joke, like the moment your head hits the pillow, the sun comes up, peeks over the horizon, and the first beam of light comes through the window and hits you in the face. Morning
My
has
good
come.
eye.
You have gotten no sleep.
So I'm down a fatigue point.
2 fatigue points.
Oh shit.
Except that
You might as well make a new character at that point.
Except
Yeah.
no.
We don't know what happens in D&D. Maybe you have a pre-ticked failure on your death check.
You know there is the exhaustion rules, but I think you need like more than one night of missed sleep for that to start ticking up.
Oh,
I'm not gonna look it up right now. It's not vital enough for me to care. But all right, morning comes.
We should gather for breakfast. See to having the curse lifted. And prepare to set out on an expedition.
So, is everyone going with Bort to see the saint again? Or is Bort going alone, or is just Bort and Lucas? What's the situation?
I don't know. I don't think Silas needs to go, or anyone else really. I figure Bort could go alone, or maybe with Lucas, just because he already had a rapport with her. Assuming I'm not forgetting, like, we had some other thing to do besides just, like, quickly Bort getting a decursing and us moving on.
I don't think so.
Then yeah.
Okay. So, Lucas, are you going with Bort or not?
I'm going. Lucas isn't going to miss a chance to be present for a miracle and to make friends in high society. Acquaintances in high society.
Yes. So Lucas and Bort go to the camp. Saint Amelia is finishing her morning prayers, and she stands filled with divine radiance once again, and she turns to Bort and she says, "So you are the one that has suffered a curse?"
I am.
Would you mind telling me how that came to be?
Well, I got badly injured, so my friends left me with a healer in the swamp, and the healing was of a not so pleasant man.
Tattle.
Yeah, you threw us directly under the bus in like one sentence.
We're gonna murder you.
A healer left you with a curse?
I'm afraid that the only local healers are a small, disassociated coven of hags. They do heal you, but there can be complications.
Hags. Vile creatures.
I'll slaughter them all.
Needs must, unfortunately. He was going to die if we didn't do something else. We had no other recourse.
Still, hags. You should not trust them. You should not deal with them if you can avoid it. I would prefer that they were not within the bounds of the Empire at all. But
Perhaps that would be best, but in this case, a man's life was saved.
regardless, I have much larger issues on my mind than a swamp hag. Yes. Bort, if you give me your word that you will not make deals with these hags again, I shall remove the curse.
I mean, certainly, but I wasn't the one who made the deal in the first place, so no promise.
I'm afraid I have to take responsibility for that. It was that or his death, and it seemed the lesser risk. But I shall take on this oath. Our expedition here will do no further business with any of the hags.
She nods. Good. Your
Would you just make an oath for all the rest of them?
That's right, I did.
your
She should smite you for being a jerk.
Just don't do it while wearing your expedition hat, and then the expedition didn't do it, okay?
Oh, okay. I don't. Well, all I have is a scumboggle hat.
That's fine.
I can only make oaths for scumboggles.
Yes, she says something about it being good for your eternal soul, not to deal with these evil creatures. And then she says a prayer and touches Bort's forehead, and he is wrapped in golden light, and the curse is lifted.
Thank you. Though unfortunately this means I can't drink the swamp water anymore, so I'm going to have to go back to drinking our reserve.
I think that will be fine.
And she turns to Lucas again and says, "We will be taking our leave now. We are going to go visit Gerhard the Archmage. And seek his wisdom. It will be some time before we return, but when we do, perhaps we'll have a better plan. You perhaps should seek out this oracle you mentioned."
Yes, that is the intention. Our expedition should take approximately 16 days, though. If we come across any delays, it could be more. I wouldn't expect us in exactly 16 days.
I see. I don't think it will take us quite as long to visit my friend, but it depends on the roads, I suppose.
How long do you think you will be?
There and back again. 14 days if the roads are fair.
I'll modify our course appropriately. 14 days, perhaps a few days late.
Yes.
It would be best if
Also-
one of us finds answers. Hopefully we do.
Also, I may be. Perhaps you should count 16 days. I may be at Gerhard's for a couple of days, depending on how our research goes. We will see.
Very well. Best of luck. May Primus guide us.
Indeed. It is disturbing times. When the news of this corpse pile reached us, it is not the only sign of the forces of chaos that are moving.
What other signs have there been?
I would not worry you with them now, but
It may
the
become
Empire
relevant.
is facing many threats, and it is nearly time for the next march of the Modrons as well. Things may become chaotic.
I'll record whatever the Oracle tells us. But if there were any particular items of note that you think might potentially be related to this matter, it might be useful to know of them when we speak with the Oracle.
I have nothing else that I can tell you about this matter. Nothing
Very
I
well.
think is relevant.
Then, best of luck on your travels.
Same to you, Lucas. And she turns, and they begin packing up their camp.
Sorry?
So I'm just 100% imagining her going to see her Oracle friend is looking like Gandalf going to Minas Tirith to look up stuff about the ring. Except I hope it doesn't take 2 decades.
It won't take 2 decades this time, but it's kind of like that, except that instead of like the wizard going to the place, she's going to the wizard. But
Yeah.
yes.
Saruman is a wizard.
Yes, yeah.
Oh no, I hope that's not
Hopefully she
foreshadowing.
doesn't get end up, trapped on the top of the tower.
They sent the wizard there like 100 years ago and told him read everything. So then they just have to go there for like a day or two, and then he has to remember.
It's very efficient. The Nilfgaard Empire, its infrastructure never ceases to amaze me.
Fortunately, he has an eidetic memory, so that he really does just have to read everything once, and then he can just recall it verbatim.
Every once in a while, they have to send like another great wizard down to recast the massive Gios spell that prevents him from ever being able to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know how much longer the session was going to be. Do we have time to like map one more hex or?
Let's go kill the Canobal Pass.
No.
We're not killing. I mean, well, you can try. I won't tell you. You can't. You can do anything you want. But you
Well,
just have to convince
we
the other
have some-
players.
We have some things between us and mapping a hex.
Mhm.
So we'd be traveling south once at a regular pace because we haven't mapped Godfried's Bane. Then we'd be returning to Godfried's Bane, and we're going to have to ask a ghost teenager if the book she won't let us read talks about piles of undead. And if so, we're going to need that book. Otherwise, we can begin mapping there.
All right. I mean, I'd like to, at the very least, go back there and start the process of making it our base forever, because we need one.
I think we could do better.
I mean, it has goblins. It has a little servant shack. It has everything you need. It has exploding mushrooms. Where else are you gonna find that?
Obviously,
Underdark.
we need to go back to the village of the Faceless Ones, lift them up in technology, and build our base on their backs.
I mean, there's the failed settlement like right beside them, so that's already like halfway done. We should probably
We
figure
don't
out
know
why
why
the
it
last
failed.
group of
Yeah.
people who moved out here all died before we move out here.
Let's not commit to that yet.
We need pumps.
Okay.
An enormous number of pumps to keep an excavation beneath the swamp dry, and then we'll fill it up with baby goblin larvae.
Oh, is that going well?
No, because I want to kill the Catobla Pass first.
Oh, I'm so sorry,
I'm
but
going to pretend that that's what's in my way.
I mean, it would totally be going well if not for just
I
the
need
Katobo
to
Pass.
give its eyes to Eliwick's father so that she'll marry me or something. Because if I don't get married, the Nilfenberg will kill me for my unclean union.
I'm reasonably confident that being on a quest on behalf of Primus to save the world obviates certain small sins like failure to destroy a Katobla Pass before consummation.
Also, she said that her father will give us like 250 gold for its eyes.
Be that as it may, the Oracle is more pressing.
It's
Yes,
just going to
the
be a
Katobo
nasty
Pass.
crack in the ground that sprays out noxious fumes, but whatever.
The Katobo Pass can wait for another day.
There's
What
going to be
does the
like an
book say about the
an
Oracle?
old lady.
Hmm?
What does the book say about the Oracle?
Okay. Let me quickly go and look at the. So the location that Jasmine called her maps called the Oracle.
Sort of like 25 feet south of Glink.
Yes. I keep meaning to remove.
Precisely.
um. You look it up in in the book, and it does not describe itself as an oracle, but the location is has a sketch of a ring of standing stones with a stone altar in the middle, rising out of the water, and he goes on to describe how the stones are completely untouched by vegetation or decay. And the book tells you that lying on the altar will summon a bound spirit who will answer a question about the nature of someone the character knows.
That doesn't sound as useful as I initially thought. We should probably still check it out. At the very least, I can hold up my pearl and squint at it and see what it actually does.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So, were we going to continue on, or were we going to start this expedition next week?
I would be fine doing one more, but I don't know about KSB or anyone.
Yeah, I was going to end it like when you guys set out. So, does that if no one else has anything else to do in Clink, and you're ready to head out, then I think that's just going to be where we're going to end the session this week. Because
That's
I
fine, man.
have been awake since very early
Yeah.
this morning.
I'm fine with that. I had a very long day too.
So many things. I still can't believe that this morning was also the same day as today. It's been so long.
I mean, technically, it's not the same day as today, though. I don't know if you.
It's been the same waking cycle.
That's more useful
Yeah.
anyway.
But yeah, I need to get to bed myself.
Oh, good night. Sleep well.
You're educated, stupid.
Good night, peoples.
Good night.
Yeah, I should get
Good
going
night.
too.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Before you leave, Creador,
Yeah.
I just wanted to remind you about the 4E thing when you have time.